Welcome everyone, my name is Joanna and here you can find tips, processes and support in healing fearful avoidant attachment system. Today I was inspired by Mr. Marshall's Rosenberg video. You can find a link in the description box below. He's an author of book titled Nonviolent Communication, a Language of Life. In this particular video he says never ask question why. Because this question very often is blame-finding question, and person who asks this question very often is on blame-finding mission. This sentence inspired me for another tip for fearful avoidants who are communicating with dismissive avoidant partners. Because one of the biggest unmet need of fearful avoidant is need for closeness, and one of the biggest wound of dismissive avoidant person is assumption that there is something wrong with me. This question why may cause more and more distance in relationship. What do I mean? What do I mean by this? Is we as fearful avoidants observe and register all smallest signs of rejection, emotional distance, emotional coldness, and very triggering is a lack of transparency for us. So naturally, we ask question why when we want to get this transparency and when we want to know what is causing emotional distance or perceived lack of interest. So we ask why you didn't call me back, or why you didn't reply to my message, why you never want to tell me about your plans, why you never ask me how was my day, why you never call me during the week, why you never want to meet with my friends, why you don't want to introduce me to your family or friends. Asking someone who is dismissive avoidant question why in this form carries the energy of fault or defect, and fearful avoidance is on a blame-finding mission, because when we ask this question and when we're waiting for the answer, the energy around this waiting time is I am the one who would judge if your reason why you didn't do that deserves punishment or not. Usually we hear I was busy, I thought I replied, or other form of avoiding revealing the real reason behind that particular action, which most of the time is a need for freedom, space, not getting too close or commit too much, because this is terrifying and uncomfortable for dismissive avoidant. So my tip for you, dear fearful avoidant, is to stop or limit asking question why when you need closeness and transparency, and instead start to be more vulnerable and tell your partner how you feel and what you need. Based on Mr. Marshall's teachings, you need to be connected to your needs first before you express anything. Of course, it's wonderful when your partner has this skill to hear your needs, which are behind question why. It would be so much easier and amazing if your dismissive partner would be able to say after hearing, why you didn't call me back and took you almost 4 days to get back to me. And the DA replies, oh, I can hear you feel frustrated and hurt that I didn't call you back right away. I know you need consistent communication and you need me to be available to you. And I want you to know that I was working and I didn't try to avoid you or neglect you in any way. Next time I will try to let you know what's going on as soon as I can. This reply is possible, but only when fearful avoidant is first vulnerable enough to express need for consistency and fear of emotional distance. Also, trying to avoid question why, we can limit potential distance because our dismissive partner will feel safe with us, knowing that we are not trying to prove them that they are defective, or we are not going to punish them for their need for space or freedom. So to summarize, when you want to ask question why, instead you might say, I feel frustrated and unsure when you're not calling me back. Please try to call me back as soon as possible or let me know when you'll be available to talk. This will limit my frustration and this unease feeling. My suggestion is to practice this expression, this new form of communication in your mind. Try to visualize first how you're expressing your feelings and needs and how this is okay to do that. You have a right to need connection and have clear communication with your partner. That's all for today, my dear fearful avoidants. I hope this is helpful and thank you for watching.